What's the biggest lie you told your family? I told my family I was going to law school for 3 years, but I was actually working as a bartender the whole time. My parents were both lawyers. My sister became an attorney, making 6 figures by 25. Then there was me. Average grades, no direction. When I didn't get into any law schools, I panicked. Mom had already bought me a future lawyer mug. Dad had told all his golf buddies, so I lied. Said I got into a decent school 3 hours away. Not impressive enough for questions, not bad enough for doubt. I rented a cheap apartment in that city, but got a job bartending instead. The money was actually pretty good. Every Sunday dinner, I'd make up stories about classes. Constitutional law is kicking my butt, I'd say, while my only law knowledge came from TV shows. My mom would send care packages with highlighters during my fake finals week. I'd use them for my bartending shifts that ran until 3 a.m. The worst part was my dad. He started introducing me as my son, the future lawyer, to everyone. His proud face made my stomach hurt. When my sister asked specific questions about law school, I'd pretend I had bad reception. Sorry, what? You're breaking up. For 3 years, I kept this up. Created fake social media posts about campus, bought used law textbooks for family visits, even made up a fake study group friend who was too busy to ever meet them. Meanwhile, I loved bartending. I was good at it too. Got promoted to manager after my first year. The regulars knew me by name. I could make drinks that made people smile. The day before my fake graduation, I couldn't sleep. My parents had booked hotel rooms. My sister was flying in. They'd ordered a cake with "Congrats, counselor." That morning, I drove to their hotel and confessed everything. My hands shaking so bad I spilled coffee all over myself. My mom didn't speak for what felt like forever. Then asked, "Are you in debt? Gambling? Drugs?" "No," I said. "I'm actually doing well. I'm bar manager now. I have savings." My dad looked at me like I was a stranger. "Why would you lie about this for 3 years?" "Because I didn't want to be the family failure," I said. "I didn't want to see your faces when I told you I couldn't get in anywhere." My sister surprised me. "So you've been supporting yourself this whole time without asking for money?" I nodded. "That's actually impressive," she said. "I had roommates my first year just to make rent." My parents didn't speak to me for 2 months. My dad returned the monogrammed briefcase he'd bought as my graduation gift. The turning point came when their house pipe burst during vacation. I handled everything. Plumber, insurance, cleanup. I knew a guy from the bar who did repairs cheap. When they got home, my dad said, "You fixed all this yourself?" "Well, I manage a whole bar. I solve problems all day." He nodded slowly. "You know, I hated being a lawyer for the first 10 years. What? This was news to me. Stayed because my father expected it. Never had the guts to do what you did. Choose something different. 6 months later, my parents came to my bar for the first time. They watched me work, mixing drinks, handling staff. My dad raised eyebrows when the owner treated me like family. At the end of the night, my mom hugged me and said, "I wish you told us sooner, but I've never seen you this good at anything before." Last week, I became part owner of the bar. At our small celebration, my dad brought me a gift, a new mug that said "World's Best Bartender." Turns out my biggest lie led to my most honest life. And now I say what I do with pride instead of shame.